Hello everyone, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and yes, Arav, I am streaming at 1 a.m. because I have successfully managed to procrastinate the entire day. And it looks like you're procrastinating from sleeping as well. So, yeah, this is gonna be fun. All I can say is I played way too much bullet chess today. And in a weird way, it kind of made me sharper, but it also, has just left me pretty much like a zombie. So that's not great. I used to have an arrangement with Jan to be my bullet guard, and we've fantastically failed at whatever arrangement we had. So, yeah, I have no restraint on that right now, which isn't great. And I reckon I'm going to be able to manage to procrastinate some more from actually doing these woodpeckers, because I actually want to look at some Benoni stuff real quick, and then we'll try and do a bit of woodpecker. Couldn't sleep knowing I was due a stream. Damn, this is the fandom at its peak degeneracy, I should say. And you just did an exam. Okay, nice job. Yeah, biology cooked me as well. When I did it, terrible paper. Arjun, did you do Edexcel maths? I did Edexcel maths back in the day. But yeah, the line that I wanted to look at was this Benoni line, because I had a game at the club today where someone played it against me, and I did really badly. And it's just like a free move, which is like a sideline of the F4, Taimano, flick knife, whatever you want to call it. And the main idea is that you get in B5 and everything should be good. But then basically white has this one idea to push F5, which looks positionally horrible, but it somehow works. Because I guess you push F5 and you get in like bishop. And yeah, things went pretty downhill for me. I think I played this move knight b6 with some hopes to play bishop g4. F5 was played. And yeah, I don't really remember what happened, but it wasn't good. I think it was actually something like this. This line with h4. Something like this. So yeah, this just wasn't good at all. So what I wanted to do was just have a look at this line and see how some of the top players have played it. And the best way to have a look at that is to actually take the FEN and use a website called QChess, which I will make a video on eventually, but for now, I won't do a comprehensive look into it. But I would like to see from black. No opening models found. Is my FEN correct? Well, that's disappointing. Just as I was hyping up this. Oh, maybe I did paste it wrong. Huh. Maybe it's bugged. Well, that's brilliant. Oh man. Well, that's kind of sad. Well, the other website I can use. Yeah, let's have a look at what China is saying. Let's do some engine analysis. I don't know if you can see this on the screen. People are just talking about GCSE maths. So, wait, GCSE A level, GCSE. Oh, I think I was talking about A level biology paper that was messing me up. Yeah, let's have a quick look. How do I flip the board? 6, C4. Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, this website's also kind of crazy. It's like this huge cloud engine that shows like really accurate engine evaluations. Bit of a hidden gem of a website. G7, bishop b5, knight fd7. And then we want knight f3, a6, b5. And here, castles is being played. So, yeah, apparently this is actually minus 0.03. Oh, so sorry, plus, wait. Yeah, plus 0.03. So castles is definitely like the main move here. And king h1 is all the theory, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, did I get the move order right? Castles. Yeah, king h1 I think is the main move. Let me just double check this. Oh, some people are playing a3 now, but king h1 is the main move. And rook e8 is definitely the strongest 0.01 as opposed to 0.3. So rook e8 is necessary. So okay, let's have a look at this. So rook e8 is necessary. Then f5 is the idea. I think this is the main one. So there might be some b4, which is why people play a3. But what is China suggesting? Knight f6, c4, b4, rook a7. All playable. Yeah, so it'll be really great to see some model games here. I'm really not sure why. Maybe we can see some players for Elite Chess. I don't know why Q Chess didn't work. It's a bit of a shame. Knight f6 here. Was knight f6 one of the moves? It was, right? It was a top move actually. So knight f6. Apparently this is all some theory. Wow, ef5 is brave. And apparently this attack just doesn't work at all. That's scary stuff. Wow. And actually black blunders back after all that. Yeah, so I'm not sure I really want to allow such moves. I guess I don't have to take on f5. Use chess path for your opening? I don't think I've heard of chess path. I reckon if I could deviate from knight f6, I feel like that's what people will have prepared. I'm not sure how comfortable I am with it. Just to check, what's the problem with knight e5? So knight e5 is bishop g5. None of this works. fg6. Oh, where's that? I guess that's scary. And if this, knight takes e5. Oh fuck, my queen is hanging. Yeah. Yeah, fine. So what's the significance of this rook a7? Is rook a7 actually maybe to protect f7 so that all these tactics are working now? So yeah, maybe this is the point. Maybe now you can do this. Wait, what was the line we were just looking at? We were looking at this line. Oh, because there's a knight on e5. Hold on. So that makes a big difference. So if rook a7... if, let's say, some random move like knight e2, now we can do knight e5, and if bishop g5, now bishop f6, and if here, oh, we can even just take. Apparently this is a very different story. Wait, so why couldn't we take him the other line? Yeah, because there's this whole taking on f7 business. And even if we take with the rook, what's the point here? King f8. And queen h5 is apparently GG. Some ridiculous lines. Don't even quite understand this. I guess the point is there's no way to stop this. And if we push, then they come in another way. So maybe this rook a7 is actually the way to play it, because I think this will be very rare. And the point is that we're just covering this f7. And now we can play with a knight on e5, so we don't have to play those dodgy lines with the knight on f6. Maybe this is the play. And okay, let's do the top engine line, so bishop f6. Apparently takes. I want to take with the queen if possible. Queen d2, knight e5. Knight takes, f6. King h8. Definitely looks a little bit scary. Wow, and you gotta find some resource like g5 or knight d7. Okay, knight d7's better. Yeah, it's still a bit stressful to save this, I guess. But I do fancy this more than the knight f6 line, I think. Just gotta remember this rook e8. Don't fully understand it. So why not like rook a7 now? And if something like this happened, oh, so knight e5 is a move here. Is this not just a better version where you're defending f7? Okay, so here you're already fast enough to play knight d7. Or h6. Yeah, and there's some weird ass queen g5 and then push g5 and try and I don't really know. So maybe this immediate rook a7 is interesting. Alright, so let's have a look at what China's saying about rook a7. Rook a7 here. Apparently this is a move bishop e3. I feel like not many people will play bishop e3. I feel like a lot of people go for this f5. Then knight e5. Bishop g5. Bishop f6. Takes. Knight e5, queen e5. I feel like this will come up. Did I get that all right? Yeah. Yeah, this f6 is just no good. Yeah, I really should learn this properly. Is rook a7 a novelty here? No, it has been played before. I guess the problem is with rook a7, what if they don't push f5? Like, I'm not really sure what our active plan is. Like, let's say they just play this a3 move. Okay, we go rook e8. Let's say they just do some nothing move. We are going to go knight f6. Rook c7 is interesting as well. Or rook b7. Looks crazy to play in this way, but maybe it's doable. I wonder if there's some logic to being like, okay, we'll just keep the rook on f8 forever, given that this kind of bullshit is on the cards. And then just try and play on the queen side in some really, really weird way like this. But again, if f5, knight e5, bishop g5, what about if they play h4? Because I think this is what I experienced in my game. But here there's just knight d7. There's no tactics, right? You just take with the knight. Oh, we even take on h4. Okay, fine. Okay, I think I'm kind of satisfied with that actually. I think rook a7 is really interesting. It seems quite okay. So I'll put main line, but f7 pawn can become weak. We need the knight to jump to e5. So this is better for white. Just put this as f4 Benoni Roger side. Yeah, I realise this is a pretty dead stream for anyone who doesn't follow the Benoni, so apologies for that. As I said, I'm completely wasted from so much mindless chess today. I think it's a really bad thing to feel guilty about playing online chess and then doing it anyway. It's like, if you're going to feel guilty about it, then you shouldn't do it. It makes no sense. So okay, if f5, let's see if I remember the lines. Knight e5, now this is strong. Bishop g5, now they can either take or they can play h4. If h4, I think what we determined, what did we say was good? Already forgotten. Was it that we just play on the queen side? I literally don't remember. Oh no, we developed 97 so we can take back. That's probably very important. Something like this. Yeah, this was dropping. So bishop f6, queen f6 takes. This was apparently no good because of knight d7. Was there anything? Because knight d7 is still queen f3, which is annoying. Knight d7, queen f3. Queen g5. Yeah, it looks alright. It's just annoying we can't ever win this pawn then. What is this? Say they keep everything? I guess the knight is very strong here. Yeah, maybe that's good enough. Too slow, need a knight to jump into e5 immediately. Yeah. Yeah, I think with rook a7 is probably the way then. And oh yeah, I should also put what if they don't play with f5. So I guess this is the critical line. Interesting how now knight b6 is strong. And also Engine's just hating everything. So let's have a look at how China defends. So rook a7, bishop e3. So knight b6 is clearly best, apparently. Okay, if we go knight b6, critical move. Okay, and also what happens if they just do nothing? Like, okay, I'll come back to this. So this bishop e3, I need to meet it with knight b6 apparently. Let's have a look at this. a3 and queen d2 are more or less the same. Queen d2 maybe is a bit more natural. Wow, f5, bishop g4. And what if white were to meet this with f5? If it's knight d7. I guess we're probably alright here. It's kind of similar. Yeah, so queen d2 is kind of clever because then it gets out of the potential pin. So queen d2. Interesting how bishop g4 is still playable here though. We'll move like knight g1 or something. Just to play with h3. Because at knight g5, I mean there's just h6 and then the knight goes back and you can always trade it off. What is this knight d7? I don't get this. So h3? I've got b4. What if we go like knight b1? Oh my god, I've got c4. Okay. And somehow the bishop's not going to be trapped at the end of all of this. Oh, there's bishop takes b2. What the hell? That's crazy. So maybe the bishop's not getting trapped. So yeah, suddenly this knight b6 is actually decent. f7, ace f5 opens. So it has options of rook c7, or rook b7, play on queen side. I'm starting to wonder if I have something easier than this rook a7. I know I've spent so long on it already. I feel like this knight b6 is a little bit difficult. I don't know. Like I like stuff that's just simple, and this is not simple. Bishop b7 such a weird move. Don't really follow. An immediate knight b6 is met by f5, and f5 is apparently good. Don't think we should allow that then. Others, knight d7, bishop g5, bishop f6. Maybe this is fine. And if they meet it with h4, b4. Knight e5. I've taken the pawn, okay. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this either. Okay, and what about bishop b7? And f5 now, knight e5. Because bishop b7 is actually just developing a piece, but it doesn't feel like it's that useful. We have basically looked at everything. I mean, queen e7 was the only other move, or just play this rook e8 mainline. And if we go f5 here, now knight e5, bishop d5. Now you've even got f6. Okay, interesting. So that's something a bit different. Bishop f4. So we're not closing things up with g5. Then you have a b4, knight d7. Try knight d7. Knight e2. And now we close with g5. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Right, so queen e7 is also an option. If f5, now knight e5 is apparently good. Bishop g5, f6. Bishop f4. Knight d7. So if you play g5 immediately, wow, apparently takes is very strong. Oh, that makes sense, actually. So that's why you need the knight on d7, so that you can take back with a piece. And next you can play the g5. If it's now g5. Yeah, and you're doing fine here. Maybe queen e7 is actually the simplest. That stops the f5 plan. Is it that simple to stop f5? I mean, has anyone played it? No one has played queen e7 here, even though it's literally second best move according to Leech's engine. Maybe queen e7 is just really simple. Just deals with all of this. So let's have a look at all of white's critical tries then. So f5. Yeah. Yeah, it's this Chinese website. Which is this cloud. If you type in chessdb.cn, then you can access it. It's really cool. It's basically like this cloud engine that's analyzed 67 billion opening positions, which is ridiculous. Queen e7. So queen e7, okay, let's go back. If f5, then I'm feeling pretty good. So rook e1, a3, bishop e3, okay, rook e1. I have to find bishop b7 here. It's not an easy find. And again, this knight b6 stuff. Why is it so important to have the queen on e7 in order to play f6? Something I didn't quite understand. So let's say rook a7, and we do this f5 move. We go knight e5, bishop g5. Why can't we go f6 here? Why do we need the queen on e7 for it to all be fine? Maybe f6 is alright. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really like the blocking with the bishop. I think f6 feels nice. I mean, if we just go knight d7, because we don't want to play g5 when they can ruin our structure. Ah, but maybe, what if they don't go bishop e3, but what if they go bishop f4? If we go knight d7, can't they already take? Yeah, we already have to take with a pawn, but actually, okay, taking this way is apparently fine. It's so hard to understand. Really don't like to be forced to play this bishop e7 stuff. So, for instance, what if, okay, they do this bishop e3 and we're supposed to do this bishop b7. But yeah, I was just about to say, like what about knight b6 first, or bishop, what's the difference in these move orders? But the engine seems to think there is a difference. So probably trying to analyze this with engine is just not the way to do it. Just need some clever book to recommend what to play here. But the thing is, a lot of authors nowadays will just put what the top engine line says and then justify it, even if it's very difficult to play or difficult to remember. So I also kind of want to back myself as well. Now, b4 is a very interesting move, which I haven't touched upon. But if knight a4 is the only move here, and then the idea is to play a5 and bishop a6, that's very different. And if they go for this f5 plan, bishop a6, bishop g5. I really don't get this either. I don't get why f6 is like bad here, for instance, and g5. Oh, I didn't mean to take g5, bishop g3, and like queen e7 now, for instance. Why is this? Why is this plus 1.5 and then the previous position was like almost equal? Yeah, I really don't get when this f6 is good or bad. But maybe it's worth remembering b4 is actually alright here. I quite like the idea of knight b6 actually. That makes a lot of principled sense. To trade off a minor piece, even though engine is a hater. So difficult. Yeah, I wish I could just understand the f6 nuances. I wonder if anyone in the world even completely gets this. Like, is like a strong grandmaster able to just understand the difference, or would they also be a bit puzzled? I really don't know. Okay, at least I know, I've seen some ideas of like when f5 is good, when it's not. Keeping tabs on the f7 pawn is important. Yeah, I should move on. I hate not having like a satisfying feeling about the resulting position though. Especially having looked at it for so long. I think this is the prime definition of difficult to play. Difficult to play position. When you even analyze with like stockfish and you still can't grasp a simple solution here. Rook a7. I mean, rook a7 would really have some shock factor if I just banged it out. So no one's going to know this at all. Yeah, this counterplay was crazy. Man, I really don't know. Oh, Queen E7 at least is a bit more flexible. Right, like with Bishop E3 now doesn't make much sense. Apparently still good. I think we even looked at this on the other tab. Yeah, and if they do this to stop this Bishop G4, this is where the F5 stuff was needed. Bishop G4 anyway. Oh god, I have no idea. I have no idea, guys. Tried my best to try and make sense of it. It's like, I guess this much is clear. Like, oh, but now knight e5's not working. Like, this shit makes no sense. And if bishop f6, well, it is working. Yeah, it was Leech's engine just kind of garbage. F6. Yeah, now, oh, we can't do the queen g5 plan. And the knight is also a bit offside. So we need to rely on this again. And rook f3. I guess actually our bishop's covering the square, so maybe there's nothing here. Yeah, and this b4, c4 stuff happens again. I think queen e7 makes sense. Okay, so let's try and draw some conclusions here. So, summary. That's right. White's main idea is to push f5 and follow up with bishop g5, h4 type ideas. As a result, the f file can open and f7 can become weak. Therefore, rather than play rook e8 here, main line, instead we should play queen e7 to keep more protection of f7 and also prepare to meet the f5 push with knight e5. Alright, so that probably is the no games played except for this dude who lost. Screw it, I'm gonna put novelty. I'm gonna give myself a novelty on this. Played in one online game. I think queen e7. Knight e5. f6. Important to overprint. free capture with a pawn. Yeah, and it's bishop e3. Knight b6 is important. Don't know what move I would be afraid of here. What was Lee just saying? A3. If you just develop. Oh man. Yeah, I really don't know. Yeah, I'll probably cook something up. Yeah, and is this position good with g5? I think it looks alright. I think it looks fine. So, yeah, I think I'll go stick with this queen e7. I think this is a good idea. It's a bit more in line with my other play. Yeah, oh, getting tired. Getting tired. Okay. Well, on that note, let's actually do a bit of woodpecker. After all of that procrastination. But no, good to see. Good to see. Good to brainstorm some thoughts here. Yeah. I still, I kind of don't want to leave until I've understood this, like, bishop e3. This, like, the importance of knight b6. Like, why is this so important to play? Against bishop e3 specifically. Maybe we can say, if white doesn't play directly, then knight b6 is good to complete development. Knight b6, b7. Yeah, it looks like this play is just strong. What's this c4? Oh, I guess to get in knight c4. Kind of crazy. So c4 is even better than this, but this is also fine. But f6 is very not fine. Don't really see why this is such a big deal. So aren't we just going to be able to put a knight back on e5? Yeah, really don't get the ending that eval, to be honest. But okay, the move knight b6 at least makes sense to try and develop. Oh god, I'm so tired. So tired. But yeah, let's give these a go. Okay. Arab says I yearn for the woodpecker. Oh, and this is the Le Mans tactic. I think it's just this and then G5. And the only reason I know this is because I studied some endgame study book, and this motif was like a huge chapter, and like this is like a super easy version of that. Oh my god, my computer's hanging. Yeah, so yeah, a very classic motif. Basically, to give access to stop the pass pawn. It'll probably come up once in my entire chess career though. Yeah, okay. Let's keep going. Bishop c6, probably a red herring. But why? Probably is like, I don't know, it's gonna be like, oh, king f7, whoopie-doo, take on d4. And there's big counterplay against the white king. I guess like bishop a6 is in the air, potential bishop h6 as well. But it's just so stupid this book has like prompts like this. It's like it's so inconsistent. I was just having a look at bishop e2 for a second. But okay. 6, 6. It's actually equal material. I guess e takes d4 is somewhat of a threat. Yeah, we gotta play something. I kind of like bishop e2 just so that we can meet this with actually taking, so that there's no pin. But it is uncomfortable to allow that pin to exist. I guess at that stage we can play a move like bishop f4 and then we can castle, because if they ever take, then we can just skewer with rook e1. So maybe bishop e2 is fine. But bishop e2, pawn takes d4, queen takes d4. Yeah, there's no bishop d4 because queen takes, so I think it's going to be something like this. Yeah. So bishop c6, ha ha ha, red herring, whatever. Yeah, and this was compensation. Hey, bishop b7. Yeah, so bishop e2. e4, queen d4. Okay, so queen b4 is even given. c3. Arab picked up that it didn't work. Okay, so Arab's seen the Le Bon idea. Slight advantage due to fewer pawn islands. Yeah, other non-blundering moves are fine. Great. This looks... I hate positions like this. It looks so promising, but then it's so difficult to find the right move. So okay, if rook h3, pawn h3, queen f3. King h2. Queen g3, king h1, queen h3, rook h2. Yeah, no idea where that goes. Rook h3, pawn h3. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe rook h3, pawn h3, queen f3, king h2, rook g3. There's a check on d5, which might be dangerous. I guess d5, you just go king h8, queen a8, king h7, it's probably fine. So we're saying rook h3, pawn h3, queen f3, king h2, rook rook g3. Don't really see how he stopped that, to be honest. It looks very strong. I think we go for it. I think it works. Does it? Rook h3, pawn h3, queen f3, king h2, rook g3. Rook h3, pawn h3, queen f3. Yeah, let's go for it. It just stops there. But if king h2, yeah, rook g3 was what I saw. I did not find queen g3. And f3 is the move here. With f2, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see f3. Of course, it's another pawn move that I missed. At least rook g3 does win here. That's what I was saying. Yeah, and I saw this check, and I thought king h8. I mean, I saw there was nothing more after this. Yeah. Nice. Bro literally copied what I said. I won't read out your notation. I'll assume we said the same thing, Arav. Nice. Tanowski against Lasker. Looks extremely tempting just to take on d6, because it threatens mate. If pawn takes, queen takes. King here. Just take, because they can take. Or maybe there's at least a draw with knight takes, d6, pawn takes, queen takes. King b7. So knight d6, pawn d6, queen d6, king b7, queen takes knight. If they take a bishop, maybe we just go rook d1. And then they can go rook d8. That's the problem. Looking if there are any variations of this idea of knight d6. This knight e7 is interesting as well. Oh, I'm so tired. So damn tired. 97. Don't know what they do. 97 Queen G7 maybe. Don't really know what's going on here. 97 Queen G7. I don't see anything. Maybe just go back. Oh, I'm so tired, so tired, so tired. 96 Queen D6. D7, take. Yeah, I'm too tired. I'm too tired. I'm gonna go for it. In a real game, if I was this tired, I just go for it and pray. So maybe there's like an in-between move here. Ah, you know what? I have done this one enough to the point where I remember that. I think we have to give a check first and then take. Don't really know why. I think if we give the check, yeah, then maybe the point is if they move to a dark square, we can actually give a check and pick up the knight. Yeah, here we can take the knight with check. Maybe if they block knight c6, we have a follow-up here, like queen check, king b6, bishop e3. Yeah, and we seem to appear to win the knight. So I think this check is important. Yeah. Wait, what? King b7. Alright, let's have a look. So if we just played takes later, okay, still +3. Yeah, I was also considering rook f1. I wasn't saying out loud, but rook f1 and rook d1 were both my thoughts. But I didn't think rook f1 was particularly special either. Maybe like just rook here. And you've got to find queen d5 now. Yeah, it's a little more complicated. Maybe. But yeah, this check was nice. Oh man, yeah, time to tap out. Well, Arav, not sure why you're awake, but good job calculating some lines. Yeah, force the king onto a dark square indeed. Yeah, or c8 where you hang the whole rook. But yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. I don't know what I'm gonna do about like my chess with this like woodpecker burnout, and also this bullet addiction. I don't know what to. I don't know if addiction's the right word. So I don't. I mean, it's not like every day I'm playing. It's just every now and then I'll lapse and have a binge. Just don't know what the right solution is. Whether to indulge in it even. Like, in some ways I did feel sharper as a result of playing all those bullet games. So I don't really know. Bro's Gambia of 7 minutes. I have no idea what you're talking about. This last exercise? I don't know, bro. Yeah. But okay. This was cool. Learn some new baloney stuff, which is always nice. So got to watch out for f5. Got to watch out for the weakness on f7. Queen e7 seems to do the job. Put knight on e5. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, guys. See ya around. Good night.